So today topic is the duty of a king, Varna and Āśrama in governance, understanding roles and responsibility while leading the state affairs. We'll be discussing Varna and Āśrama roles and responsibilities of a king who is the head of the state affair, state or nation or country. The laws of nature and their subtleties, historical perspective of Prithu Maharaj teaching, protecting the interest of citizens and the king. Both. Introduction to Varna and Ashram. So, what is the significance of Varna and Ashram? How many Varna and Ashramas are there? There are four main social classes: Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, and Sudra. And what are their roles? Brahmana's roles and responsibility includes that he will be cultivating the Krishna consciousness. He himself will cultivate and help others cultivate Krishna consciousness. Kshatriya's responsibility is to protect the weaker sections, especially women, children, and poor. Not only weaker sections, but also the stronger sections. Protections of the country borders, take care of the security need, prosperity. So Kshatriya basically are having the roles and responsibility of ruling the state affair. Vaisyas will do the business, earn the money, or he can do krishi. Krishi is cultivation, go raksha, cow protections. So krishi, go raksha, vanijya. These three things are the duties of Vaisyas. And Sudraj will serve all the other three classes. So these are the roles and responsibilities of four different orders of social classes. That is called a Varna. And what is Ashrama? Person among his total living of 100 years can be divided into again four sections. The first 25 year one should undergo stringent process of brahmacharya to learn how to control the senses. The regulation of the senses is very important. Once one is sufficiently learned the sense regulation, even though he crossed the age of 25, 35, or 40, if he has not learned the rules and the process, which has not been practiced of regulating senses, if he enters into the married life, he will not do anything better for his progress. So it is mandatory that one should undergo the training of regulation of senses through the process of brahmacharya life. Then he can enter into grihastha, engages his earnings and his family for the service of humanity, service of God. And gradually, at a again of 25-year maximum, he should retire at the age of 50 to enter into renunciation state. Again, practicing sufficient renunciation, it is divided for 25 year. One may not undergo 25-year of vanaprastha, rather, he can enter into sannyas ashram when sufficiently practiced and trained in renunciating the objects required for sense gratifications. One should not further being affected by the urges of senses. Then he can enter into sannyasa ashrama, krodha vega, mano vega, vacha vega, indriya vega, upastha vega, jiva vega. So all these urges of senses which pull towards sense gratification are controlled by the practice of renunciation, then he is ready to accept sannyasa and accept disciples so that he can help young people, especially in brahmacharya ashram and grihastha ashrama, being facilitated to practice Krishna consciousness. So that is the process of social orders. Why all these systems has been established so that people in general will practice the culture of Bhagavat culture, the science of Krishna consciousness. By that, they will remember that they are part and parcel of Supreme Personality of Godhead, and their original duty is to remember Lord by serving Him, by Sravana, Kirtana, Smarana, Vandana, the process of devotional service, through which he can elevate himself from this platform of misery's life to the platform of spiritual bliss, and at the end he can go back Godhead. So these duties and responsibilities are given to the people in general as per their guna and karma. Janmana jayate sudra, not by birth. How much guna and karma is acquired by him? What kind of guna and karma is acquired by him? When one takes initiation from a bona fide guru identify the guna and karma in that person's, and accordingly he gives the roles and responsibilities that what he should do. So, like there are various attachment in among the people, and Guru Krishna they knows that the attachments. So accordingly, they give the activities so that gradually he free from those attachments. It might not be possible. Sometimes Guru gives instruction to give up the things, but it might not be possible for the disciple to come out of those things. So that's why based on the guna and karma, the service has been given so that gradually some are hard rules, some are being soft based on the guna and karma. Certain rules like giving up meat eating can never be facilitated. Meat eating, illicit sex, and gambling, intoxication can never be facilitated. It has to be hard stopped. And certain things based on the guna, he is interested in doing some activities. So the acharya must see that based on his guna, what kind of spiritual engagement can be given, so that gradually he'll be attracted to the lotus feet of Supreme Personality of Godhead, and at the state when he is ready to give up the grace, the life, he will be able to practice renunciation. That's why guna and karma engagement is very important. It is not by birth, but by seeing the guna. In actual, everyone in this age of Kali, whether he has taken birth in Brahmana, Kshatriya, or Vaishyas, all are Sudras by birth. So, identifying the guna and karma or training into the various sanskaras process by the Acharya is the process of uplifting a person from Sudra to higher orders, and the most sublime process is that he must continuously take shelter of the chanting of holy name. Harer Nama, Harer Nama, Harer Nama Iva Kevalam. So that is the process of bringing harmony in the societies by promoting this culture of Varnasrama. Brahmacharya Grihastha I already explained. So the balance among Varna and Ashrama is very important. So by this process, we can establish a balance between the various affairs of the state and society, which can not only fulfill the individual need, but also the fitment with the society to the overall welfare of individual as well as the society. So now let us discuss what should be the role of the king. The king plays the vital role in educating citizens about their responsibilities and duties within the society. If The laws and regulations made by the royal affairs are not suitable for exercising dharma and protecting dharma. People in the state will become irreligious, and there will be lots of adharmas, irreligious activities like illicit association among women, plundering. So the wealth of the poor will be plundered. So there will be all chaos can happen when no proper rules has been set by the state affairs. So the king is the ruler who should impose the rules and regulations, the rights and the duties of the citizens, so that they abide by the religious merits, not only to fulfill the society's need but also to their individual need, which can at the end cultivate the science of Krishna consciousness. They can go back Godhead. Not only that, if they are irreligious, their irreligiosity will affect the king. So after the death, the king has to suffer the consequences. During the state affair also, the country has to suffer the irreligious reactions. There will be many more miseries can happen. But when a pious rulers ruled by the principles, so most of the things are mitigated. So this world is the place of dukkha, dukhalaya, and things all are temporary, aswasata. So there will be miseries, but no matter how much miseries are there, a pious king will be able to save the people from these miseries like Prithu Maharaj. Not only that, he will be able to help the people practice Krishna consciousness and go back Godhead. So this Varna system helps citizens recognize their roles and responsibility, being in the family, to himself, to the family, and to the society. So the proper social cohesion happens when the sense of responsibility is developed within the community. The total process is called sanskara process, or in scientific term is called value education. If value education is not imparted, then the society will ruin in itself, and there will be no good thing can come out from the future generations. The children, they all will be spoiled. Neither the present society will be happy nor the future. So value education system is not only the need but also it is urgent and important. So the imparting value education system through our education system, giving them the knowledge of Sankhya, the distinction between body and soul, the distinction between the ultimate good, temporary need, and permanent need, the relationship between God and the individual soul, the execution of the activities based on the guna and karma are in wholesome called value education. Value education is very urgent and important to be established in the society to make people happy, prosperous, devotional, and ultimate go by Godhead. So the negligence of such responsibility by the society, by people in the society, will cause the problem to the king, to the state, and to all those who are living. So that is called gross consciousness. When we live in the state, when we live in the family, when we act as individual, there is individual consciousness which affect ourselves, and there is the gross consciousness of the family which affect the family. And like husband and wife, both consciousness together develops a gross karma which is the mutual exchange of karma between husband and wife. And when the children comes and the parents comes, the gross consciousness, karma in is subtle and its result build to consciousness by which a person act. He suffers or enjoy various states, positions in the society. Sometimes he suffer, sometimes he enjoys based on his mental adjustments of the situations. But when this consciousness is sufficiently trained with the proper knowledge of roles and responsibilities in accordance to the relationship of Supreme Personality of Godhead, then that can actually lead toward a prosperous, happy, and Krishna consciousness life. So, when this responsibility is not followed, there will be lack of trust among citizens, among husband and wife, among family, and there will be many nuances, challenges, and lots of fighting, quarrels happen in the governance. There will be dishonesty, corruption, and everywhere the breakdown of the government happens due to not following the fundamental principles of governance. Consequences for the king and government both happen when the citizens do not follow. So you can see that some of the countries are named badly for certain things, certain religious activities. So people do not like to visit those countries or they earn a bad name. So anyway, how the people of the state behaves, that creates a good name or bad name among the countries or states. So that give a good name or bad name to king. So all the laws and rules of karma are very subtle. Even king may enjoy his own opulences. Even though the state is suffering, so he will think that he will enjoy all the facilities to him. But as soon as the karma turns its reaction, he can even get all the miseries awaiting in this current life. But after death, he will be definitely have to suffer the hellish planet because of his responsibility of maintaining the state is neglected. Such is also the duty of a guru, a pati, a swajana, a gurujana. Pita na sasyat, pati na sasyat, guru na sasyat. So he will not be that designated person if he is unable to help or assist his subordinate to uplift himself from the material world to the Krishna conscious state. So it is the duty of every person who takes the position of superior, a ruler, or the king, or the parent, or the guru, or any respectable person. So the respectable position is given means you have to discharge the duty of giving the advices, regulations, and control to your subordinate in such a way that he will realize that he is part and parcel of Supreme Personality of Godhead and execute his duty to practice Krishna consciousness. If that is not happening, then we are not doing our duty, and for that, punishment is awaiting. So, such a family leader will suffer the karma, or such a king will suffer the karma. So, it is always seen that when one is given a position of superior leader, he has the facility to enjoy. So that gives a power struggle among people to get the leadership, get the positions, get the power. For what purpose? Is it for the purpose of serving the citizen, the subordinate, or it is in the purpose of enjoying their property? When the inherent nature is known to the person, then he will be knowing that he is going to suffer that consequences. One should analyze what is the inherent nature in me while exercising my rights and duties. Rights, everybody is interested after enjoying the rights. But if the sense of duty is not understood, the excessive exercise of rights to enjoy the senses creates degradation of the person, follow the path of irreligion, and ultimately downfall. Not only he himself downfall, when such corrupt people are filled in the society, the state and the society run into many problems, chaos, instability, and the governance fall down, so that people in general suffers and also the state. So the laws of nature and the subtleness concept of karma that Vedic philosophy says about cause and effect. Whatever actions you do to cause, that effect is coming in the terms of reactions. So whatever actions you do, you may see that you are enjoying the immediate results, but all the results are not only immediate. There are long run impacts. So taking shortcut path of getting immediate results brings lots of consequences. So the concept of karma is not well understood. People in general are bewildered by seeing the short-sightedness and quick or immediate effects. Sometimes they take the wrong path and they see that I will get the immediate results by terms of money and sense enjoyment, but the consequences awaits later on, even in this very life. So understanding the moral and ethical values, duties for every individual in their action is very important, and when they follow that, it will brings harmony in the society orders, and we live in a peaceful state. So karma can never go without understanding dharma, without following dharma. So karma and dharma are contributors to each other. So karma without dharma can create lots of problems in society. Karma with dharma can save the society, can bring happiness. So certain laws that affects in our daily life, when we do certain activities, we exchange certain relationship or personal behavior, interact with each other, then the way we act, the love karma gives us that relationship, that behavior. Other people also reciprocates that. So how we act accordingly, our personal relationships happens. A good person will have good personal relationship with good people, may not have good relationship with evil-minded people. The decision making should have ethics in it, The subtle laws can help individual to make more informed and ethical choices in their daily lives. So taking the right choice with the principles of dharma is very important. And when such ethical decisions are made, then the societal interactions, personal behavior, and the community they live in a better state. So the importance of giving value education. Without value education, the impact of Vedic knowledge in educating the people in general, starting from children to the parents to the elders, everyone is essentially required to know the value education system, which can align the principles being established to the lives of the individual that can bring peace and harmony in the society. So Maharaja Prithu is the ideal ruler who ruled with wisdom and compassion, with dedication and welfare of the citizens. He is exemplary leader, emphasized on the duty, righteousness, and virtues, adhered to Varna and Ashrama systems, and requested by addressing citizen to follow the path of ethics. So people in general, by his exemplary character, were following the ethical governance imparted by Prithu Maharaj. So through that, the leaders of Prithu Maharaj brought the integrity and fairness in the society affairs that enabled the citizen practice the path of spiritual governance. So they were considering the practice of Krishna consciousness in their part of duties and responsibility. What is that? Manmana bhava mad bhakta mad jaji mam namaskuru. That is the four basic principles of practicing Krishna consciousness. Manmana bhava. Meditating on Supreme Personality of Godhead, acting for the pleasure of Supreme Personality of Godhead is called Manmana. Madhbhakta, becoming his devotee. Madhbhakto, Madhbhakta Madhjaji. Mam Namaskuru, offering the homages and pranam to Supreme Personality of Godhead are the minimum sets of activities that should be performed by all Varna and Ashramas. So, to ensuring such harmony, need the education being imparted by the leaders. When the leaders facilitate such Varna and Ashrama system in the social stability, recognizing their stages and accordingly a personal growth, knowing their strength and weakness, a personal growth and plans being facilitated by the proper arrangement through society. So there will be many elders who can guide, and there will be many leaders in society to balance that. The Gurukula system was there. Without imparting value educations at the modern age, these things cannot happen. People are not serious about that. That's why they think about so many things. But there is no possibility without value education, and it is guaranteed. Value education is the only mean through which we can impart the execution of duties in Varna and Ashramas and bring harmony. So thinking Supreme Personality of Godhead in their day-to-day life is only possible when such value education is being practiced, trained by parents and children's elders like grandparents, parents, children's, and their all neighbor. When everyone is practicing value education, then not only they become happy and prosperous, and but also they can achieve the highest good, can go back Godhead. So that way can bring mutual benefit to society, to the state, to the king, strengthen the society, and bring the ultimate good of everyone, bringing stability, growth, prosperity, happiness. Hare Krishna. Any questions?